Please welcome YoeGin Chang.
Good morning, Makers 2020. It's a true honor to be here this morning. I'm YoeGin. I'm Korean, and I was born in Seoul, one of the world's most beauty-obsessed countries. You know the obsession runs deep by the sheer number of nicknames that we have on beauty ideals. Here's a bagel. I learned this when I was growing up in Korea. And it does not stand for what we have for breakfast. It actually stands for women with a cute baby face and a glamorous body. Please take note, it's an and. You have to have both of it. When I walk down streets of Seoul, it is not uncommon to see women with the perfect ratio. Big eyes, sharp nose, small face, that's a thing, with a perfect sharp jawline. And many did not hesitate to tell me that I had a very round face. And it was too round, and how with a bit of help, I could fix it, and it will be just right, which will get me a better job, better career, and even a better man. I must admit, after hearing it for so many times since my high school days, it got to me. I found myself wondering, perhaps I do need some help, some fixing to look right, to do better. I can now use apps to try that perfect face line on. I had a good fortune of growing up across the world. When I was 10, my family moved to Romania. It was awesome. It was the first time my younger sister and I could visit castles and slay dragons. No, that part didn't happen. It was also the first time when I came to experience how looking a certain way mattered. We were the few Asian kids in the neighborhood, and we did look different. Once we went grocery shopping, I saw my mom's car covered in eggs. I couldn't figure out why. A few years later, we moved to South Africa. I was expecting lions and giraffes roaming in my backyard, which was what my friend had told me before I moved. But that was not the case. Instead, this was where I faced my second encounter with eggs, this time thrown at my butt while I was jogging around my neighborhood. The eggs were not as soft as I thought. But what surprised me more was there was few children who did this, who didn't know me. It was clear it's because how I looked did not fit the bill of being in that neighborhood, at least to their expectations. But to put things into perspective, my childhood was not at all traumatic. It was in fact amazing. And I'm very thankful for these experiences as they gave me strength. They gave me perspective on beauty stereotypes and expectations that others put on us because of how we look. After graduating, I joined Procter & Gamble, where I was assigned to SK-II, one of the biggest prestige skincare brands from Japan. At first, there was a sense of discomfort. Am I going to put my energy in driving that one ideal look? That's what beauty industry was all about, at least to my eyes. Visuals in the magazine looked spotless, beautiful, and unattainable. Luckily, it wasn't that, at least not in SK-II. Fast forward 11 years later, I'm now leading SK-II based out of Japan, SK-II's birthplace and one of its biggest businesses. At SK-II, we are a human brand, and consumer obsession has always been our mantra. As I started meeting our consumers, women from all around the world, to understand their perceptions of beauty and how they fit into their lives, it was evident I was not alone. I realized we were all thrown in this universal competition that we did not sign up for, but end up in anyway. A competition that we're all labeled, judged, and compared. Can we get the slide up there? For example, in China, women over 26 and unmarried are labeled as leftover. A competition that is so ingrained in society and fueled by culture, social media, and sometimes even ourselves. A competition that is able to dictate how we should look, feel, and act. Actually, competition expected to bring out the best in us. It pushes us to do things beyond our imagination, making it such a wonderful experience for those in it and watching it. But there's one place where it is not, where it's toxic, and that is in beauty. Our purpose at SK-II has always been to help millions of women change destiny by standing up against pressures and expectations that are pushed on us every day, as pressure should never dictate our choices. But we're not done here. As a beauty brand, as a brand originating from Japan, and as a brand who is worldwide partner of the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, we want to send this message to the world that beauty is no competition. As the world directs its attention towards the greatest competition for humanity, the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, we'll be partnering with the IOC and Olympic athletes to call out the toxic competition in beauty that women face every day. We're partnering, thank you. We're partnering with 6 athletes: Simone Biles, Chinese swimmer Liu Xiang, Japanese table tennis player Ishikawa Kasumi, surfer Mahina Maeda, Takamatsu badminton duo, and the Japan women volleyball team. In fact, Simone Biles, who's a big part of our family, just shared her personal story to lend her voice to Beauty is No Competition this morning. I know you guys all have a phone. If you could take it out and check your Twitter or Instagram and search for Simone Biles. You could read her story, and it would be lovely if you retweet that. A big virtual shout out to her. I relate so much to it. But this is just the beginning. We're not done yet. We seek all your help to stand along with us and say no to competition in beauty, because it will be all more beautiful when beauty is no competition. Thank you.